Sam and Jacob were lifelong friends, bonded by their shared love for trekking. They thrived on the challenge of rugged trails, the solace of untouched wilderness, and the silent camaraderie of the mountains. But their latest expedition, a remote peak in the Pacific Northwest known as Black Hollow Summit, near the infamous Whispering Pines Trail, would become a memory neither of them could ever outrun. The two set off early, the autumn air crisp and tinged with the earthy scent of fallen leaves. Sam led the way, his well-worn boots crunching on the rocky path, while Jacob trailed behind, cracking jokes about bears and mountain ghosts. "Just imagine," Jacob teased, "we stumble on some ancient treasure at the summit, and I finally get to quit my day job." "Knowing you," Sam shot back, "you'd spend it all on energy bars and fancy hiking gear." Their banter kept them lighthearted as they ascended. The trail was challenging but rewarding, offering breathtaking views of valleys cloaked in mist. By late afternoon, they reached the final stretch, a steep climb up jagged rocks. The summit, they'd been told, was marked by an old campsite, long abandoned by trekkers who'd come before them. As they neared the top, the air grew heavier, the temperature dropping unnaturally fast. Sam glanced at the horizon. The sun was sinking into the mountains, painting the sky a bruised purple. "Let's hurry," he said, his voice more serious now. When they crested the ridge, they saw it, the campsite. At the heart of the clearing was a campfire, still burning. Flames licked the air, their orange glow unsettling against the encroaching darkness. Around the fire were several weathered logs arranged as makeshift seats, but no sign of people, no tents, no footprints, just the fire, crackling cheerfully as though someone had just stoked it. Jacob stepped forward, scratching his head. "You think someone beat us to the summit?" "Maybe," Sam said, but his tone lacked conviction. Something about the scene felt wrong, unnatural even. Jacob, ever the skeptic, chuckled nervously. "Or maybe it's the ghost of some poor hiker, keeping the fire warm for visitors. How hospitable." Sam shot him a look. "Not funny." "Relax," Jacob said, plopping down on one of the logs. "It's probably just someone camping nearby. They'll come back, see us, and we'll share marshmallows. No big deal." But the longer they lingered, the more Sam's unease grew. The fire burned too steadily, too brightly in the absence of wind or fuel. Its warmth didn't even seem to reach them. As the minutes ticked by, the forest around them seemed to grow unnervingly quiet. No rustling leaves, no chirping crickets, just silence, save for the fire's crackle. "All right, let's keep moving," Sam said finally. Jacob sighed, standing. "Fine, Mr. Killjoy, but I swear, if we miss the view because you're spooked by a campfire, I'm—" The fire surged suddenly, the flames roaring skyward, turning an unnatural shade of green. Both men froze, their hearts pounding. "What the hell?" Jacob whispered. Before Sam could respond, the fire sputtered, then dimmed, casting flickering shadows across the clearing. One of those shadows moved. "No way," Sam said, his voice trembling. The shadow wasn't theirs. It belonged to something else. It stretched across the ground, long and spindly, like the limbs of a creature that wasn't there. Jacob stumbled backward, tripping over the log. "This isn't funny anymore." "I don't think it's a joke," Sam said, his breath hitching. The shadow began to take shape, coalescing into the figure of a man, or at least something that resembled one. Its limbs were unnaturally long, its head cocked at an odd angle, its eyes, two glowing embers, fixed on them. "You stayed," it said, its voice a guttural rasp. Neither Sam nor Jacob could move, frozen in the grip of primal terror. "Many passed," the figure continued, "but only the curious linger." The fire flared again, and the shadow being stepped closer. Its movements were jerky, like a puppet with tangled strings. "What do you want?" Sam managed to choke out. The creature tilted its head further, as if contemplating the question. Then it pointed a finger, long, bony, and ending in a claw, toward the campfire. They stayed too. The flames shifted, revealing what lay beneath. Charred bones, blackened and twisted. Skulls grinned up at them, their empty sockets hollow reminders of the fate that awaited the unwary. Jacob screamed, "We're leaving! Right now!" the figure didn't stop them. It simply stood there, its ember eyes following their every move as they scrambled back down the trail. The fire roared one last time, the shadows dancing wildly, before it all vanished. Fire, figure, and campsite, as though they had never been there. They didn't stop running until they reached the base of the mountain, lungs burning and legs trembling. Weeks later, Sam couldn't shake the memory. He researched Black Hollow Summit obsessively, unearthing stories of missing hikers and strange fires reported by those who narrowly escaped. Jacob, meanwhile, refused to talk about it, growing agitated whenever Sam brought it up. One night, Sam found himself staring at a map of Whispering Pines Trail, the ghostly image of the fire still burning in his mind. "Sam," Jacob said quietly from across the room, his voice hollow, "you're not thinking of going back, are you?" Sam didn't answer. He just folded the map carefully and tucked it into his pack. Some fires don't go out, and some questions are worth the risk to answer. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more enigmatic adventures.